So my name is Michelle Bechtel, and I'm an RN at Frankfurt Regional Medical Center in the ER. I'm working towards obtaining my bachelor's degree at this time. And the reason I'm here today is we have to do a presentation for the community, and I've chosen to do senior safety. It's actually very near and dear to my heart. So we're going to talk a little bit about falls prevention. We're going to discuss some ways that you can take your medications maybe a little differently. Some hazards in the home that can easily be avoided, and some ways to stay safe and ensure that if you do get into trouble at home, that you have something readily available with you to be able to get in contact with somebody to help you. Okay? You're welcome. We need another one. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to forget anybody. Oh, okay. There we go.
Now she's outside on the porch.
Oh. Well, she's got one when she comes back. And I don't want to forget about you. Thank you. Okay, so some of the things that affect an adult with falls, obviously is going to be a little bit of decreased mobility. As we age, things don't work the same. That's obvious. Yeah. I'm working on 46, so I'm starting to feel the effects of some things myself. So obviously you want to maintain some of your balance and your mobility by getting some exercises. So the first sheet that I've handed you on there is just a basic chair rise. Obviously, if you have any kind of device that you use for walking, like a walker or cane, you want to use that so you stay safe. You want to do it slowly. You want to make sure that you're not just rising up, because that can decrease your blood pressure very quickly, and you can fall just because of the decrease in your blood pressure. So you want to make sure when you're doing any of these exercises, obviously, that you checked with your doctor and they've agreed to it. One of the first things that you want to do is you want to make sure that you do that fall risk assessment that's on there. I'm giving away my copies. So there's a fall risk checklist that's on here. And each one of you should fill this out and make sure that you can get this to your physician and that they check it over if you have any of these risk factors. Obviously, if you've fallen in the last year, you're worried about falling or you feel unsteady, problems with your heart rate or rhythm. I know a lot of times there's drugs that you take to keep your heart in rhythm. You may be familiar with the term AFib, where your heart kind of goes out of beat, and they'll give you some medications for that. That can also affect your blood pressure. So if you're taking the blood pressure medication and you already have AFib, it can sometimes cause what we call postural hypotension, which is a decrease in your blood pressure very quickly. That makes you very dizzy, makes you feel weak, and it can make you fall. It's very fast. You'll come back around very quickly. But that's something that you want to be aware of. Obviously, if you have some impairment in your judgment or your thought process, that can have a problem with it. Any incontinence, depression, foot problems. I don't know if any of you here have diabetes. But if you have foot problems.
I don't have foot problems, I have diabetes.
Do you have neuropathy because of it?
No, I don't.
Oh, you're very
I
lucky.
had it.
So you especially want to make sure though that you're checking your feet.
Yeah, I go to the foot doctor.
Awesome. And then you want to wear shoes when you're around your house.
I always do.
So, and make sure that they're careful, that they're not just.
What did you say don't, foot trouble?
What's that?
What did you say would go?
These are.
Some people that are diabetics, they can have diabetic neuropathy, but you can also have it degeneratively also. So as you age, those changes can make a difference too. Any other medical conditions can put you at a risk for falls also. Some people take medications like Benadryl, Tylenol PM. If you're on any kind of anti-anxiety medication, Ativan, those types of medications can also have an effect on your mobility. They're kind of muscle relaxers in a way, and they can cause you to fall too. So that could be one of your risk factors, sorry. There are some strength and balance tests that you can take to see if you have fall risks, and I brought them with me. I don't believe that our 30 minutes is going to give us enough time to go through them, but I'm more than happy to leave them here in the facility for you all to try and do, because they're really not difficult tests, but they're really important when it comes to assessing your fall risk. And we can go through those in just a moment also. Your visual acuity also makes a difference. If you're unable to see, if you can't perceive the difference, I've fallen same level. Yeah, and that makes a big difference. So like even just in this room, you can see the difference in the flooring. And there's not a big step, but it's a difference in the type of flooring from one room to the other. That can present a fall risk for some folks. So you want to be really careful when you're changing rooms like that. Going outside your doors, outside this door right here. There's a little bit of a ledge, there's a carpet, but there's also a change in the footing, and that's important. So you want to make sure that you're wearing good fitting shoes. It's really important, and they've got a good sole on them, and that'll help you. Always use your ambulatory device, your walker, your cane, whatever it is. Always make sure that you're wearing that, that you're using that. That's going to be huge to help you from falling. And then we talked about that postural hypotension a little bit ago, and that can have a huge, huge effect. So the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, great host of information. I don't know how many of you are computer or if you use it or not, but there's a great host of information out there. And this sheet here is a CDC handout, and they talk about what you can do to prevent falls. Part of that, like we talked about, is leg strength and balance exercises, like that chair rise that I gave you the exercise. Make sure that your doctors and your pharmacists are reviewing your medications, that you need all of them. As we age, we get different ailments. We wind up what we call polypharmacy. That's a whole bunch of medications to treat a whole bunch of different things.
Yep.
So, yeah.
21.
Take 21 medications a day. Yeah. So if the doctor and pharmacy are not reviewing that information for you, sometimes, I'm sure, how many different physicians do you have? Can I ask you?
Just one.
Just one different. A lot of times, folks will have cardiologists, podiatrists,
Well, I'm not a
doctors.
cardiologist.
Right, okay. Then you have your regular general practitioner. You could have an endocrinologist for diabetes. You have many different doctors, and they're all taking care of you. And sometimes they don't talk, okay? Changes are coming down the pipe with electronic medical records and pharmacy changes that are going to see to it that this is going to stop. This is actually the big turning point in medicine for that. There's core measures, and the government has done electronic records that are going to make that happen for you all, to keep you all safer, to make sure that your cardiologist isn't giving you one medication that's going to interact with something your general practitioner is giving you. And then the pharmacy is going to kind of manage all of that for you. I've got some stuff that we can look at here in just a little while about pharmacy too, so we'll take a look at that shortly. You want to make sure that your eye checkups you're taking care of your eyes. Get your annual eye checkup. Make sure your glasses are in good repair. I know Walmart, you walk in there, you're loose. They're pretty good about just...
And they don't care where you get them.
Exactly. Can you just look at these, something, they're not fitting right, they're falling off my head? Oh, sure, and they adjust them for you, clean them for you. So that's a great thing to do, and it's free. So that's awesome too. So I know limited incomes and stuff have a big effect on what we do, but that's a free service. So keeping that. So you have a great place to be. You have this center here that's a host of information for you. We also have the Family Activity Center. They do reduced rates. They've got some great senior water exercise programs. Over 55 yoga, which is great for strengthening and getting those muscles strong. And I know they do reduce rates for seniors, so that could help too. So staying independent is the big thing though. Let's see. Okay, so we kind of went over this checklist already. But this is just another piece of that puzzle, filling that out, bringing that repetitive risk assessment to your physician if you find that you may be in need, and they can take a good look at it. So what are some of the things you can do? Obviously, if you have those little rugs on the floor, they're really pretty. You walk into many houses, you see them braided, pretty braided rugs, nice little rugs by the sink. They're a huge, huge fall risk. Huge hazard in your home, okay? Even if you use a walker, even if you use a cane, even if you have the best shoes known to man, you hit that rug and it takes off and you're on the floor.
You always get the ones with the grip on it.
Amen, sister. Good answer. I like that answer. That's right. You want to make sure that you have a grip on the bottom. They make really pretty ones like that now too.
They're a little more expensive, but they
Yeah,
last just
but they're going to
as long.
keep you safe.
Yes.
Even the big rugs, like the room size, the 5x8s, they don't always come with a back, but there is a material that you can purchase, and it's pretty inexpensive, that you lay down first and then you put the rug on top, and it keeps that from being a non-stick surface. Or it keeps it as a sticky surface, I should say, so you don't go falling. Handrails in bathrooms. We don't always have the ability to do that. I don't know how many of you own your own homes or rent, but you can check with your landlords to see if they'll install them for you. That's a big safety hazard. Getting in and out of that tub is dangerous. I've tripped and fallen in the bathroom. I did it when I was like 20. I'll never forget it. Yeah.
Portable things and I fell in the shower.
Yeah.
Must have happened.
I believe it. I mean, so now we're, as we age and things aren't working the same now, you gotta get in and out of that tub.
At home, I have a granddaughter there, well, they put a lot of paper out, okay? So I walked through there and the rest of it was found down.
I bet. Those are the kinds of things that are important, making sure, I don't know about you all, but I got a bed that's this high. I don't know where we need a bed, but that's I know.
You have to have a step stool.
Right, and there we have another potential danger. Do not clean off the top of your refrigerator. Do not stand on a chair to clean off the top of your refrigerator.
A lot of paper.
Yeah,
That's when I fell.
and that's dangerous. Right, something around your feet.
Don't get your post on your face.
Yeah.
That's not what I told her.
Oh, and that's it, you're down. And that's important. One thing that you can do at home, medical alert systems are fantastic, but they're expensive. Easy fix to that, there she's got it, she's ready to go.
But my kids pay for me.
Right, but an easy fix to that is just your cell phone or your cordless phone. Get in the habit of carrying it around your house.
My daughter just fusses at me all the time.
See? But that's easy. Most of you, I'm sure, have a phone of some sort in your homes, whether it be a cordless phone or those jitterbug phones that they use, or an AT&T, whoever. You have some sort of phone. And very inexpensive, can be a cordless phone, plugs in, it's pretty easy to do. And that can make the difference between you laying on the floor for minutes to hours. The longer you are down from a fall, the harder it is to recover. The more things that can be wrong. So you can go from a simple, I just couldn't get up, to skin breakdown and other potential issues that could possibly even start to shut your kidneys down. Okay? Minutes to hours for just holding a cordless phone. Okay? My mother was 89 when she passed. She passed over the summer. And I told her, I used to yell at her all the time, Mom, carry your phone. Carry your phone. I was in the shower and I didn't hear it ring. Well, you should have had that phone in the shower with you. You don't have to answer it, but carry it with you. What if you fall? What if you fall? You want to be safe. So if there's not somebody living, if you're not living with somebody, that's a safe thing. Cordless phone, cell phone, medical alert obviously are the best, but they're very expensive. So you want to make sure that your homes are safe, obviously. Another thing you want to do is your medications. These are $2.50 a sheet. I realize that they're expensive, but they can make a difference too. You purchase these from the pharmacy. The pharmacy does this for you. I've only found And one pharmacy in Shelbyville that does this is Andrews Pharmacy. They told me they charge $2.50. This is a medication dosing blister pack, okay? This is a week's worth of medication, 7 days, with this particular one has 4 different doses. So in this pack, if this was, these are candy, which I'll let you get some. Just they're hard and they're sugar, so. These particular would have 3 medications given in the morning. So on Sunday morning, the individual taking this pack would pop out Sunday morning. Then they'll have their noon dose of whatever that is, their evening dose, and their bedtime dose. The pharmacy takes your medications. Even if you had medications at home that weren't finished, they use those medications. They give you 28 days worth of medication in 4 blister packs for the month. It's $10 a month extra charge, but sometimes it's worth it. You know, opening those bottles is difficult sometimes. That's right. You're forgetting to take medications. Oh, did I take that pill? Or did I? Right, right. And those are great. The weekly, you're talking about the weekly and you put your medication.
That don't help me.
Right, well, so something like this might be an advantage for you. I realize it's $10 more a month that somebody has to pay. It's just a thought to put in your heads, you know what I mean? And like I said, they'll give you 4 weeks worth of medications each month. And they deliver out in the county, in town. They'll pick up your medications. They help you fill out the forms. I was very impressed with the gentleman that I talked to on the phone. His name was John. And this is that new pharmacy that just opened where, yes, yes. So I told him, I said, you know, I'm glad that you all are offering this. I saw this once in the hospital. That's how I came upon it.
They deliver too, don't
They do. Anywhere in Shelby County.
Yeah.
Anywhere in Shelby County, which is impressive too. That could be quite a distance for some people to travel at the furthest.
One of my doctors said if you leave, it's